Hello, my name is Dr. Phil Slonkoski, Chief Science Geek here at Integrative Health Supplements. And in this video, I'm going to answer the question, what is the difference between CBD and THC? As hemp oil and CBD oils become more popular and more mainstream, it is important for you to recognize that there is a difference between CBD and THC. The first thing you need to recognize is whether or not the reason you're looking into these oils is for some sort of symptom or ailment that may be benefited by either a CBD product or a CBD product with THC. Now that's the difference between whether or not you have something that could be a full spectrum or an isolate. And there's another video that discusses that. But in this video, I want to focus on the difference between CBD and THC. CBD stands for cannabidiol. THC stands for tetrahydrocannabinol. Now, they're both what are known as cannabinoids, meaning that both of those chemicals, or compounds we should say, are able to interact with the endocannabinoid system. Now your endocannabinoid system is a system of receptors, but I want you to think of it as a system like your body has a nervous system, your body has a digestive system. Well, now your body has an endocannabinoid system. This was discovered in the early 1990s when they identified the CB1 receptor and the CB2 receptor. Now, think of a receptor as a lock on your cell. Like if you have your cell and there's a little lock, a little keyhole. Now that keyhole, when the right key comes in, engages it and opens up your cell to receive different compounds, electrolytes, or materials it needs to make a new cell. Well, that's kind of how the CB1, CB2 receptors are. The CB1 receptors, for example, are located in brain tissue. They're also located in vascular tissue and other parts of the body, but in early research, they were looking at brain and nervous tissue. And that's where THC came in, because THC binds to that CB1 receptor in the brain and causes that euphoric effect, the high that people so commonly associate with it. Now, the CB2 receptor is found throughout the rest of the body, primarily an immune regulator, other parts like the pancreas, the GI system. They continue to discover more every day and will continue to discover more. But when talking about THC and CBD, a key difference is that THC is the one that binds to that CB1 regulator. Now, CBD having a lot of wonderful effects that are helping the body because it interacts with the endocannabinoid system throughout, and because it doesn't cause the high, is a healthier alternative. I should say a more optimal alternative for a product, because you don't have to worry about the high and effects. Now, what gets tricky is that there are different disease states that the research is showing where having the CBD with a little bit of THC or a certain ratio of THC shows a greater response. So in summary, one thing to remember is this: CBD and THC are both cannabinoids. They're within the same family of compounds, and there's over 100 different types of different cannabinoids that are out there. And both of those molecules can interact with different receptors, but THC really loves its CB1 receptor. Now, the cannabidiol, CBD, will work with all these other receptors, but in the end, it's the CBD that's more popular because it's not associated with the psychoactive or the high. Now, to make things even more confusing, is that when you start looking at the difference between CBD and THC, and as I mentioned earlier, when they work together, they actually in some diseases are being shown to have a greater effect. You can then add what are known as flavonoids and terpenes and these other compounds to create the entourage effect. Now, we'll save that for another video, but what I want you to understand is that CBD and THC do have a difference. It's primarily the receptors that they work at and the associated high. But it is going to become, I think, very important in the future that as research continues to develop, that there will be very specific disease states where you will be using probably a CBD with THC and other ones where you just need the CBD. We're not there yet. And it's a good point to remind you that if there are specific reasons you're looking to use a CBD oil-based product with THC or without, no matter what, it should begin with understanding what you're going through and then figuring out what receptors are associated with those different conditions. And once you have a better idea of what receptors are located on what systems and what you're looking for, then you can better choose a product and work with your doctor or healthcare professional to do that. I hope you found this video somewhat informative. What's most exciting is that right now, this space of research is exploding and we're learning new stuff every day. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch it this far. If you found this informative and want to continue to follow us, please subscribe. As always, it's your questions and your comments that teach us more and help us to be better here. Thank you for watching.